In the quiet suburbs, where nothing ever happens, a simple phone call turned a teenager's normal life into something out of a nightmare. What happens when you ignore the warnings, when you pick up a call you were never meant to answer? This is a story of eerie whispers, shadowy figures, and a chilling truth buried in our everyday lives. Stay tuned until the end, but don't pick up the phone if it rings. I was 17 in 2005. Small town kid, suburban life, you know the type. Quiet streets, neighbors who water their gardens too much, and a life that moves slower than the dial-up internet I used every day. Scrolling through AIM chats, guzzling Mountain Dew, half a bag of Doritos on my desk. This was my normal. You'd think nothing ever happens in places like this, and normally you'd be right. But that night, something happened, something that changed everything for me. It all started around 10 p.m. I was sitting in my room, the glow of my lava lamp casting dancing colors on the walls. Just another uneventful evening. My computer chimed with a new AIM message. The username, unknown caller, 2005. There was no profile picture, no details, just a single message. Do not answer the phone when it rings. Do not listen, Elias. I remember laughing at first, thinking, what kind of lame prank is this? I started typing a snarky response, but before I could finish, the house phone rang, not my cell. The old cordless landline we still had from the 90s. My mom had insisted on keeping it for emergencies. The number on the screen? All zeros. 000-0000. I felt a pang of unease, but curiosity got the better of me. I answered. At first, the line was silent. Then, a woman's voice, glitchy, robotic, like something pretending to sound human, and failing miserably. The only thing I could make out before I slammed the phone down was, Elias, we're listening. I tried to shake it off. Maybe some prank caller with a voice modulator, I thought. But then the AIM chat pinged again. If it rings again, do not pick up. They're in the lines now. I froze. What do they mean, in the lines? I typed back, who are you? What's going on? No response. Then I felt it. The room began to chill, like an invisible frost creeping up the walls. Not a normal cold either. It was wrong. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from the front of the house. My heart nearly stopped. I crept out of my room, each step feeling heavier than the last. When I reached the living room, the TV, one of those old boxy ones, was on, but there was no show, just static. The loud, hissing white noise filled the room, but beneath the static were voices, whispers, and on the flickering screen, it was my room. The exact view as though a camera was watching me. Same angle, same glow of the lava lamp. But here's the thing, there was no one in the room. Except I was. I stood there paralyzed, breathing shallow, trying to make sense of it when suddenly the phone rang again. Instinctively, I picked it up. Biggest mistake of my life. The same robotic woman's voice was back, only this time it was colder, sharper. It hissed through the receiver. We see you. Turn around, Elias. My body locked up, but curiosity, or maybe stupidity, got the better of me. I turned. And there it was. It wasn't a person. It wasn't even human. A shadow, tall, stretched, unnervingly skinny, and wrong in ways I can't fully explain. It had no face, but somehow you could feel it was looking at you. I wanted to scream, but no sound came out. The static from the TV grew louder, almost deafening, and the air became thick, suffocating. The phone in my hand grew blisteringly hot. I dropped it to the floor, but by then, everything around me started to glitch. The walls rippled like they weren't solid anymore. The lights flickered, and suddenly, everything went dark. When I finally woke up, I was back in my room. My computer screen was on. I didn't remember turning it on. AIM was open. A message blinked back at me. You answered. Now, it's too late. That was the last thing I remember clearly. As for the rest, I don't know if I've pieced it together from nightmares or if it actually happened. But there's one thing I can tell you. Not every warning is a joke. Not every phone call should be answered. Whatever they were, they aren't human, and they're still waiting in the lines. If this story gave you chills, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more spine-tingling tales. But remember, not all warnings are made to be ignored, especially here on Dark Demon Tales, where the nightmares never end. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.